Okay, welcome back to part 2 of how to take care of your PPF or vinyl wrap once you pick them up from the workshop basically. So this part 2, as I said on the part 1 last week, we said that this week is going to be more detailed and more in-depth of how to take care of it basically on the second week after you pick up your PPF or vinyl wrap. The reason why we split it into 2 is because the first week you didn't have much to do, in a sense that unless it's raining or it's wet or it's getting wet, then you just need to rinse it off. Just a simple preview from just a simple recap from last week. So but this time it's going to be different because part 2 is more detailed in a way that what do you need to do next, and hopefully for the remaining of the PPF life, what do you need to do then. So hopefully you can enjoy the video, stay tuned, and we'll discuss it further. Okay, so it has been 7 days after you pick up your vehicle or your car, your bikes or motorbikes or whatever that is from the wrap shop or the PPF shop. So what now? What it is then? Okay, so we told you last week that it's rinsing. So anytime it's raining or it's getting wet, then you basically just need to rinse off that rainwater or anything like that, the dirt off the PPF or vinyl wrap. It's pretty much what do you do next. So how do you take care of it? So by this time you should be able to look at your vehicles. It shouldn't be any more, I would say, bubbling or any more lifting. It should be, it should be curing almost perfectly by now. There's difference that is that last week it was crucial that you can't actually wash it, but this week or the second week you are actually able to wash it with soap and a good hand wash or using a sealant or a liquid wax. So when you wash it, you actually have the choices of washing your car. So you can actually bring it to car wash. You can then do it yourself at home whenever you're free. So normally what I recommend to all customers in wrap station is that you would just get a simple bucket. So this is just a normal white bucket. There should be 2 of them. So if you can see, there are basically 2 of them, but just for the sake of the video, it's not too much of anything in frame. So you should get 2 of these, two normal size bucket. So basically what do you do with the normal size bucket is that one of the bucket you put it just water, so just clean water, and the other one you put it a soap. So you mix water and soap inside of it. So you then need one of these. So this is what we call mittens or mitt, glove mitt, washing mitt, whatever that is. You can find it on your favorite marketplace. It goes by probably just about $10 or something like that, which is pretty cheap. You probably need more than one throughout the PPF or the vinyl wrap life. So this will help you cleaning your car without scratching it. Or obviously there will be a micro scratches, just for disclaimer. So this will reduce that micro scratches become a major scratches. So basically this helps a lot. You then use, this is the soap and water, and this is just the water. What you do then, you put this glove in, and what you do is you put it inside the one with the soap and water for the first time, and then you wipe basically your car, your vehicles. Once it touches the car, it has to go back not on the soap and water because this is free from contaminations. You put it inside the bucket where we put the water itself. So no soap whatsoever. So this is to rinse it off, basically to rinse all the dirt from the car that you put onto this glove. You rinse it off this. Okay, there's another part that you basically need. You can buy it online as well, which is pretty cheap, we reckon. So this is actually a tornado or mud trap, or whatever you want to call it. It's a mud trap. It's basically to prevent. So if you put the glove like that, it has a gap of probably 3 or 4 centimeters from underneath the bucket. So basically from the surface of the bucket, it sort of prevent the glove or the dirt going up from the end of the surface of the bucket. So this will help a lot in reducing that swirls or putting that dirt back into the wash mitt. So we actually have this a lot. So if you can see, 2 of the buckets actually have it, so which is pretty useful. And the way you use it is basically you put about 90-degree angles. So if there is a water, you put 90 degrees angles inside, and you twist it basically like that. So you twist it like that. So it sits beautifully on the bucket, which is quite amazing to actually have. And once it sort of sits inside the bucket, it will then stays, and it will separate the dirt which is underneath the bucket. So the dirt and the clean water, which sits pretty much right here. So as you can see, it's basically 2 bucket method is what we recommend. It doesn't necessarily need 2 bucket method, which is perfectly fine. That you don't need the hassle, or you don't want the hassle of owning the 2 bucket just to wash your car. We perfectly understand. It's better to then bring it to the car wash, professional detailer or anything like that can basically help you in getting obviously in maintaining your car better. So yeah, good. Okay, that was point 1. Now we move to point 2. So point 2, as I said from last week, you basically need one of these. This is a microfiber towel which absorbs water very well. So if you bought it last week, then this is still pretty handy to use. You then clean your car, you dry your car. By now you can use a blower, or you can use an air compressor to actually remove all the waters, make sure that there's no water spots or anything like that on the car. Then you might actually need one of these. This is a PPF sealant. This is ours from Rep Station. We actually make this our own. So basically, this is one of the way to make sure that the coating or the ceramic coat on top of your PPF or your vinyl wrap will still intact for years to come. So this is the sacrificial layer of another layer on top of the ceramic coat, if that makes sense. So this is a good way or good habit of after you finish washing your car, then you can apply it. Very simple. Most of them you can buy it online as well. You can buy it on your favorite marketplace. You then need a microfiber towel. You spray this onto this and you wipe it to your car. Obviously not putting it under you don't apply it under the direct sunlight, which is good. You don't need to apply it under the direct sunlight. You then make sure that the car is clean, then it's perfect. So this is going to help you a lot in making sure that your ceramic coat on top of your PPF or your vinyl wrap stays longer. So grab one of these. It goes by a lot of names: sealant, liquid wax, what else they call it by ceramic, semi-ceramic coating, whatever there is. It goes by a lot of names in the marketplace. So grab one of these. It might be useful for you. So yeah. Okay, so the third part, or the last part basically. So you've washed your car, you clean your car, there's nothing else going on. PPF stays intact, still very well installed, wrap still good. Then what you did is, or what you do is basically making sure that the PPF clean all the time. Stay away from bird droppings or tree sap or anything like that that might damage the PPF. So it's just like the paint, tree sap and bird poop can actually damage your PPF because it's gonna etch into the layers of the PPF. It will just destroy the whole layers of PPF. So be careful on that still. So that's still a crucial thing to do. So it's not like after you apply a PPF it becomes a tang or anything like that. It's not like that. Purely it's for purely it's for protections that such thing as something like scratches or micro scratches, big scratches, medium scratches that would help in the PPF or vinyl wrap world. So you still need to take care of it. You still need to maintain it. You cannot just basically sort of let it as it is. So which is going to be dangerous. Apart from that, we normally do recommendations of a yearly maintenance, or wherever you install your PPF or your vinyl wrap, you then go into that shop yearly, just as you go into like your dentist, you do like a checkup on your PPF or your vinyl wrap. Just because if you do that, then you allow us or industry like us sort of maintain the connections to the customers, which what we basically very want. So we want that to happen in a yearly sort of basis, because then we can advise the customers, or we can advise our customers or all the customers what to do if they might damage the PPF. They might forget that there was a bird drops on the roof, say. They might forget to clean it off or something like that. Then we can obviously give them a good recommendation of what to do, or we might replace the entire sort of panels of PPF. So it's a good way or a good practice to actually keep in contact with your workshop. Just do that one or yearly maintenance to your workshop. It will help a lot in ensuring that your PPF or your vinyl wrap stays longer. So there's nothing much for me to explain. It should all be, there's a lot of, obviously if you want to go deeper, such as detailing and what not to use or what to use, the products and whatsoever, there's a lot of YouTube video obviously covering that. But in our perspective, we only can talk about the PPF and the vinyl wrap. What do you do next? So that's pretty much it. So hopefully you can sort of do this as a habit, not just for the first 2 weeks of your, after you pick up your vehicles. You can actually do it for the 3rd week, the 4th week, and so on and so on. So we hope that you can actually take care of that PPF just like we installed it, with love, obviously. But apart from that, there's nothing I can explain it to you. This is it. See you next video.